For my specialty food project, I cooked gnocchi alla Sorrentina. I began by boiling a large pot of water and added my potatoes in with the skin on until they were cooked thoroughly. I then drained my potatoes and transferred them to a frying pan on low heat to allow them to dry thoroughly. I then peeled my potatoes and discarded the skin. I then began to measure out the ingredients I needed to make the dough for my gnocchi. I began with 150 grams of all-purpose flour and 2 egg yolks. Here I worked slowly as not to break the yolk of my eggs. I then proceeded to scatter 3/4 of my flour onto a clean surface. Here, I was informed to use a potato ricer, but instead used a different method of pushing my potatoes through a thin colander. This part was a little tricky. After ricing all of my potatoes, I then proceeded to form a small well. The recipe informed me to get dirty and use my hands, so after thoroughly cleaning my hands, I went right in. I formed my little dough well and added in my egg yolks. This part got even more messy as I mixed my egg yolks in to form the dough. I gradually added more flour to my dough mixture until it was a soft, pliable dough. Here I am cutting my dough into 4 even sections. I rolled each section of dough out into a long cylinder. When the cylinder was about the thickness of my thumb, I cut each length into small segments, about 1 inch long. To get the shape of the gnocchi, I formed each little segment and pushed a fork into the top. This gave them the rigid texture. I then boiled a large pot of heavily salted water. Here I am adding all my gnocchi into the pot to cook for approximately 3 minutes. I then began to measure out my ingredients for the tomato sauce. I began with 600 grams of tomato passata. Here I'm adding 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and I proceeded to peel and crush my garlic. The recipe I used called for 2 cloves, but I opted to use 1 larger clove. Here I am crushing my garlic by hitting it hardly with the back of a knife. I placed my oil and garlic into a large pan on medium heat. I then added my 600 grams of passata, and added 60 milliliters of water. I stirred my sauce up, covered it with a lid, and set it aside to cook for 30 minutes. Here my gnocchi is finished boiling. I drained it with a slotted spoon and transferred it to my finished sauce. I then measured out my mozzarella cheese. I added about 250 grams. I proceeded to transfer my gnocchi and my sauce to an oven-safe dish. Here I am adding my mozzarella cheese chunks. I then added a small handful of basil leaves, torn roughly throughout my dish. I then sprinkled my dish with some shredded Parmesan cheese. After preheating my oven to 395 degrees Fahrenheit, I added my Gnocchi Alla Sorrentina dish into the oven to bake for about 10 minutes, or until the mozzarella had fully melted. Now that it has been 10 minutes, I am removing the dish from the oven. Here is my finished dish. I used a large spoon to scoop a bit out and place it directly onto my plate. And here I am trying my first bite of Gnocchi alla Sorrentina. It was delicious.